I'm saying episode 15 starts now
Now,
with
bitches.
just us.
Mm. Now, welcome everybody to You Don't Have to Be Right podcast. Hey, he said it started now. It has to start now. I'm Wesley. That's
Hi.
all I've got for you. You take it from here.
Wow. Did you plan anything at all?
I got some stuff.
I'm glad because I like my normal have like where it's like, what do I want to talk about? And I just thought about it for like 30 minutes and then probably forgot all of it. So it'll come
That's not
back to
how
me
we're supposed
eventually.
to plan. Ah, crap. We did it.
Dude, that's how I always plan. I don't
Yeah.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, you walked downstairs and said, "Oh, we're going to talk about this on the podcast," and then walked away. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, you want to know what I want to talk about? We'll start hot. It'll be
Okay.
hot.
Okay.
You're like obsessed with scam things now.
Say that I'm obsessed with them.
I'm trying to be over dramatic, and you're bringing calmness into this
You
conversation. How
know,
dare
you
you?
know, let me paint you a picture here.
Okay, all right.
It's
Paint me a
Germany,
picture.
1932.
Oh no.
You're in a
Uh huh.
beer hall, surrounded by a whole bunch of assholes. You had one
Yeah.
guy to sit there and go, "I don't think this is a very good idea. Let's rationally think about the next 10 years." And then they all stop. I'm that guy.
You know,
But I wasn't there, so yeah, here we
you
are with
weren't
World
there.
War
You're here
II.
now,
Yeah.
and
No,
you're here with the guy that's like,
I've been listening to a lot of that stuff. It's because I got turned on to two YouTubers that do this, and I just like their
yeah,
videos. So, it's not the fact that it's interesting to me, but it's not like, oh my god, I must watch the things. You know what I'm saying? It's just there.
I know. I've just caught you watching it a few
Yeah.
times now, and you've talked about it, and so I'm just like, he's obsessed. Get Jesus. We
Yeah,
need him over here.
we need Jesus.
Cleanse this man.
Oh, speaking of Jesus, they sent us mail.
Oh yeah, we. Well, I don't think it was Jesus. I think it
I
was.
don't think maybe not specifically Jesus.
Like I used to, I grew up evangelical. I don't think it was Jesus. I know when Jesus sends mail.
Yeah,
u-
that's fair.
Usually there's a nickel in it, so you can't throw it away. No, it's not religious organizations. I forget what organizations do that, where they put like
They put money in it, so yeah.
USD currency it, so you have to like old people. I can't throw this away. I have to open it up. Oh, it's got a nickel in it, and then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you know what I noticed actually about that? Now that I think about it, I don't think we've gotten any mail like that since the like shortage of
No,
COVID.
absolutely not.
So maybe that's done forever.
Thank God. So
It
stupid.
won't be.
No, it won't be. It will come back. It will come back.
Think about like legalized scam. That's like a legalized scam. Like
Hmm?
that's legal. You can do that and no one will get mad at you. But like,
No, people will get mad. People will
but no
get
one's going
mad.
to jail.
No one's going to jail, but fuck, people will get mad. Look at me.
That's
Like,
fair.
are
That's
you?
very
I
fair.
like. Look, I'm not telling you not to preach your shit. I'm not telling you not to do what you want. Like that's fine, but don't try and scam me into your religious cult. Okay, I want to willingly join your thing. If I want to willingly join your thing, I don't want to be like, oh, I opened your letter and now there's anthrax in the air. Oh no, I don't want any of that shit. You can keep that. Uh
No, let's think reasonably here, Joe. There's
no,
one
there
guy.
is no
Imagine you're
reason on some
1930.
things. Okay? Now, in all honesty, reasonably, those people can go fuck themselves. That's what they can reasonably do. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get a gotcha game. It's a gotcha game. Aha, you
Oh,
opened my
dude,
mail.
are you saying, are you saying that that religious organization that sent us is just like Breath of the Wild, but with religion? So it's religion of the. Are we gonna be running this gag every
I
week where we
hate
put a
you.
different word in front of Breath of the Wild?
Religion of the Wild. Yeah.
Hey man, I made that short. It's doing well. So,
You
we
actually
got
made
like,
a short.
yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Did you know or did you
I
just
know.
yeah, 56 views. That's
That's
not
pretty
bad.
good. Pretty
I
good.
thought I posted on Saturday. Apparently, the moment I did it, it posted right away. I didn't.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, came out the day after. It came the south. It actually came out the same day as the podcast. So
Oh, the
the fact that the
podcast.
podcast did well, the Great Seattle Podcast.
Yeah, the big
The
Seattle
fact that the
podcast.
podcast came out and the thing came out at the same time and didn't wreck each other. That's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, I like that. No, yeah, I don't think we've seen the last of those, but yeah, I have been watching a lot of like Mutahar, a lot of Carl Jobst. Like I'm caught up to date on the Mama Max issue. I'm caught up to date on years old concepts that people probably already know of, like Dream. I just stumbled into that video. I was like, huh, that's a shit situation.
I remember there was the first Dream apology, and then like at the start or end of last year, sorry, this year, end of last year, there was another one, and I just saw it. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah. I think what happened was that he accidentally used a mod that his mod creator had put into the game and he had no knowledge of. But the shitty thing that he did was he tried to conceal it once he found out a little bit. I think that's what happened. I'm not quite sure. So,
Well, that youngin' never learned that you can't hide things from the internet. Like, dude,
especially these Americans over here.
you're like one of the biggest content Minecraft content creators on the platform. You're like, I'm just gonna hide this.
Yeah, I don't know. That's I mean, look at the completionist. Look what he did. He tried to hide that when he
Oh
had
yeah.
financial records saying, "Oh yeah, that money we don't know what happened with, but you should trust us." Oh, okay. Let's just trust you. Anyway,
Trust me, bro.
yeah, just trust me, bro. Don't you
Dude,
know
I
you
kinda
should just
wanna
trust
make
me?
kinda wanna make a YouTube short about Dream now just to see all the kids get mad.
I'll never watch you. Yeah, we weren't planning on it anyway.
Uh, yeah, I will never watch the two like
Ah.
30-year-old white dudes podcast. Screw them.
Oh no, that's every other fucking podcast in the world. Oh Jesus. God.
They'll never find us again.
They'll never
We'll
find
never
us.
appear on your YouTube shorts ever again.
Oh no.
You'll watch this one and that will be it.
I'm gonna go cry in blocks.
Wow. That short's gonna make us sound like an asshole.
We are assholes. I don't know what you want from me.
We came in, man, we should really do this podcast a couple hours later
We
normally.
should. We should. I think we just
We're
cemented our time slot at 12:30 to 1. Jesus
yeah. We're a
Christ.
lot more we're a lot more awake right now. That's
Yeah,
not
I
bad.
am a lot more. Who would have
You know, I
thought?
woke up at like 6 in the morning.
Oh, well, you know what? That's
I woke
your
up at
fault
6. I
for
went back
having a
I took a nap.
fiance.
I know. They're worse. I'm so glad you got rid of yours.
I did. I got
Yeah.
it sounds so horrible. It just
Well,
sounds
yeah, yeah.
but it's factual. I no longer have a fiance.
If everyone mess with your wife, just be like, "Hello, ex-girlfriend."
Yeah. Yeah. I
I do that
mean,
every time because me and Riz still mess up because she calls me boyfriend. I call her girlfriend. It's good. No, you're my ex-girlfriend.
yeah. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. But sucks.
Or you just start calling her your first wife.
Well, she is my
Maybe
first
don't make
wife.
that joke, Emily. Never mind.
She is my first wife.
She's your only wife.
She's my only wife.
The first wife
She's my
implies that
second
there will be a
fiance, and
second.
that was not my choice.
True. But saying she's your first wife implies there's a second one. You know there. There's
Yes,
gotta
I
be a.
understand the
Okay,
I understand the concept.
the best jokes are the ones you have to explain.
Yeah, the
So
best jokes is the ones you have to lay out, like,
yeah.
roadmap those until it's dead. Best jokes.
So like, imagine you're 1938 German.
Listen here, you. Listen. Uh, imagine, if you will.
Okay, imagine,
Imagine,
imagine.
imagine. But yeah,
Mhm.
anyway, to continue on your attempted slander. Yes, I have been watching
Yes.
those types of podcasts. And it's interesting stuff. I mean, it's interesting to see how people try and get away with stuff and then get caught with stuff. I mean, uh an expert in a game to figure out someone's, faking the game.
Yeah.
It takes someone who's dedicated to some real dig like deep diving into someone's background, such as like Mutahar and Carl Jobs when they investigated the completion. And
I'll
it's
say
just
the thing
interesting.
about
Yeah, go ahead.
Moonheart is he can find a topic
Yeah,
and just rant about it.
I love
Like,
Mutahar. His content's awesome. Yeah.
yeah, he's pretty smart guy. I just
You know anything about that Mama Max stuff?
no, I live with anxiety all my life. I don't need to give him more anxiety.
You know who Mama Max is?
He's a person on the internet.
Perfect. That's all you need to know.
I think he speed runs the game.
No, he doesn't.
No, this isn't a
He
speed
is a
run.
pe
Oh,
he is a hunter of the people that violate one of the biggest things. He's someone who hunts pedophiles.
and there's a scandal around the guy that hunts
Yeah,
pedophiles.
yeah.
Is it that he's a pedophile?
No,
Oh,
no,
all
thankfully
right.
not. It's that he
Could be
claimed
worse.
it
Could be
could be
worse.
worse. It's that he's claimed that he's had one of them arrested, which he's never had anybody arrested. He's never worked with
Okay,
any law enforcement to try and get that done. And
of course not.
two, all the stuff that he's doing is actually borderline from the information that I have watched. Obviously, you have to take stuff with a
Borderline
grain of
illegal.
salt. Well, no, it's borderline slanderous. Because he
Oh,
has admitted that he was calling someone a pedophile, and then he admitted like, "Oh yeah, I haven't looked at the actual evidence to claim that, but I trust this person." And then everybody who's asking was like, "You can't just do that. That's horrible. You can't." So that's
I mean, he did.
he did. Yeah,
What's this guy's name again?
Mama
Trying to look.
Max.
Mama Matt
Mama
Max. Mama Max.
Max. I can give you a video to
Never
watch.
heard of it.
Not of his, but
I'm just looking. I'm looking at his
yeah.
thing.
Anyway, so it's been an interesting concept that
What are these thumbnails?
it's all clickbaity stuff that he does to try and get people to watch. It's stupid.
I mean, he's trying to, yeah, he's trying to get views. I get it. It's the game, but like,
Not on that type of topic though. Like that's not a topic to mess around with. Because if you're genuinely going after someone who's genuinely doing that, that should be a law enforcement issue. If you're going after someone with unfounded accusations, that's an issue all on its own. You're causing slander to someone who may or may not be what you're saying that they are. And that's not nice. That's not a cool thing to do. Like I don't know. Like that's not a line that I would press. If you believe someone is doing that type of stuff, you should contact your law enforcement agency. Like seriously.
you know what? Like, if you ever wanted to, like, I'm not gonna bring these guys' thumbnails up, but if you ever want to, like, look at a person's mental health decay
Yeah.
via thumbnails, holy shit!
Yep, yep,
Like
yep.
you go back. This guy doesn't make a lot of videos, right? He does like video essays, uh, and stuff. But it's like talking about bullies, talking about drugs, and like all this like black and white kind of like. I wouldn't be surprised if it's all hand drawn. I'm assuming. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like all like hand drawn and stuff, and then just it's about video games.
Yeah.
Being alone. It looks like it's like there's something about Valentine's Day. Life sucks. He has a life sucks series, and then it's just like the last one. Well, the last life sucks is wanting to die,
Yeah.
and then it's just words, and then there's two video game essays that start to get him some views, and then it's this stuff,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh,
Yeah. So it's just a sad spiral. He did some bad stuff.
this bad stuff,
And
and
did
the
some bad
internet
stuff
said
there.
you ain't big enough. You can be canceled.
Yeah, look at the completionist.
I think the completionist will live. I do. I honestly do.
When
He's
he's
big enough.
he's big enough, sure, but when he's basing all his stuff off of this indie game thing, and that's a charity that he has been proven that he can't be trusted with.
All he needs is one more viral video and he's back. Like that's how YouTube works. Another viral video and he's pumping it back out. People won't forget. But like the
Yeah,
completionist, like yeah, think about how I know the completionist before this thing happened, right? I'm a person that doesn't know anything about anyone, right? What video do you think I know about the completion?
I don't know.
It's I believe he's the guy that he has a real like he has the real 3DS library. He bought all of it.
Mm.
That's how I know him. I think it's him anyway. And it's just like that's he before all of 3DS disappeared, he bought the entire yeah, every single game. It has 1.4 million views about 10 months ago. That's all I know about him. He does another one like that. People will watch because they don't know about this shit.
Well, people will watch him. I'm talking about what he like his actual venture has been that Indian Land charity. I think Indian Land's done.
Oh yeah, and that should be done
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, him on
And you know,
YouTube,
I
I
might be
mean,
wrong.
yeah.
I might be wrong actually because he's got like 300,000 to about 150,000 views is this thing. And then like after the my response video, it's 250 like everything's normal and then 144, 106, 91, 60, 41. But also like obviously videos are not coming out as fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean, if it doesn't kill him view-wise, it's going to kill him like him trying to pump content out.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just shitty people doing shitty things. It just makes me mad. Oh well.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
You wouldn't, would you?
No, I'm a shitty person.
I know you are.
So why do you
Oh,
put up with
was
me?
I not supposed to agree to that?
Uh, that's like the quiet inside part. You're not supposed to say that on the outside there, bud.
Well, I shout those things,
I
so you know.
I know we've known each other for like half our lives, but you don't gotta be like that.
You don't have to
You can
be
tell me
you
how
don't
it is
have to be
in
like
private,
that,
bud,
man.
and then
That's just rude.
we can figure it out.
Oh,
I I just have just kind of like one of them Cadbury eggs. I got a hard wait. The big Easter chocolate candies. I got a hard shell, but then I'm just all gooey on the inside.
I'm you've lost me. You've you've
I got a bad person shell, but I'm a good person on the inside.
that's the nougat inside.
Yeah, the nougat is the good.
I hate I hate where this conversation's
Why?
going.
I
So,
just explained to you I'm a good nougat.
well, you know what? I'm going to distract us with a mini game.
I didn't even trigger anything. He's just
No,
doing it
no,
now.
yeah, I'm just doing it this time. This one
What
at
the
least.
heck?
You're gonna like this. It's a political trivia game.
Oh boy.
You want to get canceled? Anyway, we'll start with like a little warm up here, okay? What was the military program President Reagan pushed through in 1980? Here's a hint. It's named after a popular sci-fi series.
Hold on, let me get rid of the chat so I don't look at that. It's named after a popular
Sci-fi
sci-fi
series.
series.
Not a TV series, a movie series.
Why do I want to say Star Wars?
It is Star Wars.
Wow,
Yeah.
American history not letting me down.
Yep, Star Wars missile defense.
I was like, well, because it was about like he had his like the satellite thing too,
That's
or
Star
was that
Wars.
Nixon?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay,
Star Wars.
okay.
Yeah. Oh god. I don't want
The only one I get right.
I don't want to talk about that one.
Do it. You know it's on the thing.
No, no. Fine.
You made this bed and you're laying it.
It's not bad. It's just not really topical either. In 2000 US presidential election, um Which state officially designated that George W. Bush defeated Al Gore by 537 votes?
Florida.
It was Florida. Yeah, it was
I
Florida.
remember.
Yeah.
In that year, the non-precedent was stated that the Supreme Court gets to decide who won the election.
Yeah. Oh god.
Which, by the way, not good.
No.
Not good at all.
No.
But we don't have a system for that, so I guess that everything rolls up to them. I hate how much I know about this.
Uh,
Miss Powell would be proud of us.
well, I'll let you answer this one for our ducks across the pond here. 10 Downing Street is an address that has been in news for much of 2019 as it nears an internationally important deadline. What man currently holds the seat of power at this address?
King. Is it the King Charles?
No, it was Boris Johnson.
Oh yeah, Boris. Because yeah, that's right. That's not the palace. That's the
Yeah,
Prime Minister Boris Johnson.
yeah, Prime Minister
What's the
Johnson.
thing that they're running up against?
That
Or
was
is that
Brexit.
2019? That was breadstick.
That was
Yeah,
Brexit.
breadstick. Breadstick.
Breadstick, huh? Okay.
I'm American. I don't know what British
Oh,
people do.
Bre-
Weirdly enough, that breadstick can't say Brexit. Brexit, there you go.
there you
Actually
go.
is influencing people for our wedding plans because if you're in the UK, you don't have to get a visa to come.
Oh,
But right now, America and the EU are fighting and being like, you must get a visa.
oh, great.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a
I mean,
topical one.
oh boy.
United States, which process much begun in the lower house of legislature, bringing charges against a civil officer of the government, and has an analogous process to grand jury bringing an indictment.
You run
You
that by me again. What's the question? Like I just said, what, and then listed off a bunch of
Ism got
facts.
it.
Is it the Senate?
No, no.
I don't know what you're
What is the
asking.
process that
Mhm.
begins in the lower house of legislature?
Impeachment.
There you go. There you go.
I didn't know if the question was where you do the thing or like what
No,
the
no, no, no,
process
no, no.
was.
That was the problem.
You just said a bunch of things. I was like, I think he's talking about impeachment.
Yeah.
We haven't ever done that in America. What are you talking about?
Um. Uh.
I
Clinton
can't
didn't get
make my joke because
impeached.
if I make my joke, then
Yeah.
I break my own rule.
Yeah. Clinton did get impeached.
It's gonna happen eventually.
I think no. Nixon did not get impeached. He
Nixon
resigned.
get impeached because he resigned and
Resigned
got
and got
pardoned.
pardoned. Yeah.
Clinton didn't get impeached because I think he just ran out of terms.
Yeah, he
No one
ran out of
cared.
term. Yeah. And
And
then the
then
obvious one. Anyway.
the orange one did get impeached, but nothing happened. I don't know. Nothing happened. That's all I know. Because he won all the elections he ran, so that's why nothing happened. That's real. There's the joke. I know I was gonna say it. I couldn't stop myself. I couldn't
uh,
do it. We're gonna get one of those little things rolling on the bottom of our podcast, be like, these are two white people talking. They don't know what they're talking about. Do not listen to them about election politics.
well, that's it for the podcast.
Oh, don't be a baby.
Uh, hold on. Hold on. We have a. Clinton was impeached. Okay. All right.
Oh, Clinton was actually impeached. Okay, cool.
I just don't.
Our man in the box told us
Our
this.
man in the box. It was Clinton was impeached, but nothing. I can't remember because he was impeached, but
Why
he
do we have
wasn't
a person in the
indicted.
box? We
Something
don't do right.
happened. I think he was impeached, but he wasn't indicted, and so he didn't have to leave his term. As he filled out his term.
I don't know what charge they put him on for cheating on his wife.
No, he lied. He lied under oath.
Oh, he lied to
That's I did
Congress.
not have sexual relations with that woman.
And you didn't do that. I did not have sexual
Yeah.
relations with that woman.
But no, he was not impeached because of the infidelity. He was impeached because of the lying under oath.
I was only soaking officer.
Okay. 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 You and your religious bullshit can go away.
Wait, didn't we talk about this on the podcast?
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't remember if I talked about it. I had, dude. We should have a segment of like, I have to ask Bluey if it's okay. We'd have to have a segment of like what I explained to Bluey this week,
God.
because sometimes Bluey just has absolutely wild questions. And bless her heart, like I'm
Bless
glad.
her heart.
I'm really. I know that's like the southern like fuck you, but I didn't mean it like that. Like she just comes like she doesn't know. Like no one's ever explained it to her. Like so many things, and so I just get asked a bunch of questions. I answer them, and with life.
You're the one that's systematically breaking her. What you're saying.
No, not just me.
No, it's just not me.
I'm not. I am not. Okay, all right. For when Bluey and Emily watches this, I
Yeah.
have to clarify later. I am not doing that. I am simply answering questions, and opening of the mind is
You ever
different
heard of
than
the Fifth
breaking.
Amendment? You can
The
plead the
right to.
Fifth.
She's not from America. It's fine.
She also doesn't have to say anything. Otherwise, although it can be used against her as evidence in court.
I mean, that's that. We're not. I'm confused now.
See,
So
we have the right to remain silent. You don't
yeah.
you have a right to remain
Hmm.
silent. Oh God, now I forgot our Miranda rights.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything
Says
you say
can and will
can
be
and will
used
be
against
used
you in the
against
court of
you
law. You
in
have
the
the right
court
to
of
an
law.
attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be given to you. And then in British, like the UK, Ireland area, it's you don't have to say anything. But if you fail to answer questions, it will be given as testimony may hurt you in the court of law or something like that. They have a little bit different Miranda rights,
Yeah, they don't have the right. They don't have the right to silence.
but you do.
All of that said, they will try to say he did not answer any questions with uncooperative. They'll say uncooperative.
What?
They'll say that he didn't answer any questions. And since I've been in a court,
Yeah.
they'll say that the person was because they didn't answer any questions, they were in overall uncooperative with police.
Well, it depends on did he not answer questions or did he be an asshole and say I don't have to do anything?
I don't know. I can tell you about my one jury experience if you want. It's kind of traumatizing. Why I think I'll
Yay!
never. I got on a jury for a guy burgling a house. He was found sleeping in the house, probably on drugs or something, and so they were trying to not give him for trespassing for burglary because he's apparently we didn't know this, but he had a past of it. Guy had a public defender and all this stuff and blah blah blah, but he was very uncooperative with police and all this stuff, and we ended up charging him guilty for the burglary, but not for the resisting arrest
All right.
because fuck SPD. That was the jury's general thought on that.
All right.
You got a bunch of Seattleites and me in there. But yeah, we didn't know he had a prior burglary and all this stuff. But yeah, in general, they said the line. He refused to ask questions, but in general was uncooperative, and the police wouldn't really go into it more than
Hmm.
that. Body cams weren't on. This was back in 2008, so body cams were a thing, but they weren't super common. Actually, it might be 20. I was in college, so
Like
2010 probably.
20 it was well, I think 2014 because you were at the
Yeah, house?
no. Um
I was not.
you were
I was
t-
not in
you were
Metro.
taking the ferry.
Yeah, I was on Island. Yeah, so it was before then. So, because yeah, my parents. It was my parents were on a cruise actually. I remember that. But no. So like, just kind of, just very much weird stuff. The guy was acting weird and stuff. But the thing on the thing is, the head juror when we were studying if he was guilty or not brought both papers out. So I'm pretty sure that the whole trial got like dismissed because of that mess up. I mean, she had us go back into the court and give the right piece of paper we wanted, and then we get it. But I'm pretty sure that if that's a good lawyer, they destroyed that entire thing. They dismissed that entire case because it was done wrong
Yeah,
on that
probably.
end. I have no idea. I don't care. I really don't care. I was like the 12 Angry Men. There was that one guy that didn't just want to throw the guy out right away. It was me. I still have doubts with that case, and I also realize me saying that is a great way to never be put on a jury again.
Woo!
I think he should have just gotten for trespassing. He didn't steal anything technically. But like he had like they claimed he was like had intent or something, and I'm just like that doesn't seem right. And like all the older people in the room were like, but,"
Intent to
and I
steal? I've never heard of
yeah.
intent to
So
steal.
in part with the cops saying he was quiet and not cooperative, the cops fucked up reading his Miranda rights.
Okay.
So there are several things he said that wasn't in the court record, which is like, yeah, I wanted to rob the place. That's why I was sleeping in there. But they didn't read him his Miranda rights yet, so it wasn't in the court.
I mean, they didn't Mirandize
Yeah.
him.
I luckily we found out that he probably was because after the King County prosecutor came in and was like, "Hey, this guy's like got 3 other cases of this." It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
But I was also like 20, and like I didn't care. I mean I cared some, but
Yeah, that's fair.
I was like, I put a, I mean I held this in decisions for a whole day, so
There you go.
I made everyone think about it for a solid 8 hours,
Well, you did your job.
and then
Well,
they just at the time convinced me.
I think I can't remember what it was, but some case law that's saying that you can't y- anything you say before you're Mirandized is not admissible. I think
Yeah,
that's
I was a perfect storm and for my jury duty because I was a county employee, so the prosecutors liked me, but I was young, so the defendant left me too.
oh well, there you go. And then you
Perfect
disappointed everybody.
storm. I I did what I did a lot of what the defendant wants, which was I dissented a lot in jury in like when we talked, and it was like,
Yeah. What, you didn't just say, "Yep, guilty. All right, let's move on." Come on
no,
now.
yeah,
That's
fuck
not the
that.
American way. What are you,
But I love
British?
it because now I can explain my jury duty story, and everyone's gonna be like, "Nope." Every prosecutor's gonna be like, "Yeah, we don't want you."
Yeah, that's fair. Now you don't have to be on a jury anymore.
I will have to go jury duty, and then yeah, I don't ever want to do jury duty again. Honestly, I mean I don't mind doing jury duty, but being in a like I think with my current anxieties now, I would hate it so
Oh yeah.
much. Oh yeah, just it's stressful. You have to sit in a room with a bunch of people you don't know, like 12 people you don't know, and you sit there, and so you sit in a court. It's actually 14. We had 2 extras in case someone fucked up. We had to use both of them. There for like a week, listening to stuff. You're not allowed to take notes. And then you go, well, maybe I don't know. We weren't. I don't think we were allowed to. Maybe I just didn't. And you sit in a room for like an hour recess, so you can't talk about what you just saw. You can't talk about anything because the court's not done yet. You have not everyone, and you just like go to lunch with some person. You try to figure stuff out. Come back after lunch, 3 to 4 more hours of court. Go the next day, same thing. Do this for like a week, and then you have to talk about it for 8 hours. And people are like, yeah, it's all like, yeah, that's cut, shut, close. And you're like, wait, what? We just gonna send this guy to the prison? Like, that's kind of fucked up, guys. That's
Were
just
were
like
we in the
thinking
same
about it.
court case? Yeah.
I mean, he had a pretty flimsy thing, but I also like I was strongly like there was just nothing. It was a big nothing burger. Like it was just like the prosecutor's like he's in the room, he's there. Yeah, he's trespassing, but you guys aren't trying to get him for trespassing.
Yeah.
You're trying to say he's a burglar. If you were trying to be like this guy's trespassing, I'd be like, yeah, that guy, he's trespassing.
Yeah. 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 Well,
Hey man,
our legal
you
system
know
isn't the
what? It's just
best.
gonna be a great thing. No, but I mean, he did probably intend to burglar. I mean, he has a history of it, so but I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
But hey, I know, like I said, great way. Never have to go on jury duty again. I'll just say that, and they'll be like, no, 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 no. Mm-mm.
Goodbye.
Juror number Rage Cubby, you can goodbye. Have a nice time.
Bye bye
Actually,
now.
I think Riz got jury duty. I don't know if it's here yet, but it's definitely got said it was shown in the mail. So,
Well, fun.
hey, she works. You got a job, and the job will be like, hey, it's whatever.
Yeah. You have any topics you want up besides me watching Wrecked on the
Oh, I don't know. I got some. I don't know. Let me look at my notes. This should,
Yeah?
this should,
You gonna
this
look
should,
at your notes?
this should be enjoyable.
Well, I've been playing a really good game, Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh,
Oh.
I never talked to you about soaking. I have notes about soaking here. I have they got that Jesus gap in my notes, and then I have a thing from Dwarf saying the poop hole loophole. I don't know. I was talking about this on stream.
Okay, I'm ready.
So I, I got a game show for you.
Okay, great.
Is it intercourse or not?
Okay.
So it's known in some religious societies that
Going to the
wait,
John Hopkins Medical Dictionary. But go ahead.
okay. So in Mormonism especially, there is a way of, and a lot of religions have this where, um, no, no sex before marriage, and that is a personal choice you make. But the Mormon youth have a weird way of getting around it called soaking, which is the act of
Yeah.
when you mark that this video is not for kids, like put a big check mark in it. That the act of insertion is not the sin, it is the movement of the ocean.
Oh, okay.
So I that's his level one. Is soaking in your professional medical opinion that you totally have intercourse.
Yes.
Okay.
Next, religious bullshit.
But
Hold on. What's the definition of intercourse? Because what I have here as a definition of soaking is it is penetrative sex without the movement.
yeah, but I mean,
Okay.
in
So,
God's eyes.
what
Your
is the
face is the best.
definition of intercourse? All right. Physical sexual contact between
Mhm.
individuals that has involved the genitalia of at least one person. So,
Wait, so you have intercourse? Never mind.
I'm just telling you what the definition.
Okay, all right. So if you think
So
that's so,
yes,
and
it
you
is
think getting someone else to jump on the bed, so there is some movement kind of happening, that's also intercourse then.
for my last email. Physical sexual contact between individuals that involves the
All right.
genitalia of at least one person. This involves the genitalia of two people. So yes, it is double intercourse.
So the poop hole loophole is also not a
The
thing
poop
then.
hole loophole is also not a thing.
Mm.
Anal intercourse, oral intercourse, especially sexual intercourse sense.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for at least bringing some maturity to this conversation by looking up
absolutely welcome.
documents on the internet.
Yeah.
So kids, which there are none watching, if you're trying to at least stay out of
Don't
Jesus's
be a bitch and
eyes,
actually have sex. Just if you're
just
going
go for it. You're
just
already sitting.
you already saw her naked. God's probably going to kill you anyway. Who knows? I don't know. Like, God.
Jokes. These are
Look at it
jokes.
this way. If your parents didn't have sex, then how would they repopulate the church when they're dead? That's my question. Is sex really that bad? Or do they just not want to have to deal with a kid that they're not going to let you abort and then put it onto the poverty system that the Republicans say doesn't exist? I don't know. Who knows?
Oh,
Hey, you wanted to get topical. We're getting topical.
I have no comment as my father watches this podcast. and I know I brought this up. It's totally my fault.
Mhm.
This is gonna be great. He's gonna be on the podcast in the next couple weeks.
My
We're gonna have
official opinion is, it's your opinion. You support abortion or not, your opinion. That's fine. But just don't shove it down other people's throats. That's all. Don't hide from this. You're the one that brought this up. You're the one that
no,
brought
I
this
brought
up.
hosts. I soaking. You're the one that
Yeah.
moved all the you.
Yeah. You're the
I
one
was
that
trying to make
opened the
funny
floodgate,
conversation.
just like soaking's the gateway to intercourse or something that the Mormons say. I don't know.
I
Don't.
don't know. You know how this started? This started by someone asking what soaking was, and you knew who that someone was. So
I blame you
pretty
for
sure that's
bringing
how
it
this
up.
started. I know it was in my notes. People like to see you squirm, so
Is this squirming?
well, you went all official instead. It's people like it. It's gonna be good content. It's fine.
I'm gonna be the nut job that some religious guy goes, "This is why we all gotta believe in Jesus, because look at this
We're
man."
gonna have some shitty like cropped out thing of Wesley.
Yeah.
This guy right here
Yeah.
is the reason you need to donate today.
Sinner.
We will send we will send 20 people to his house every day to get him to stop soaking.
I mean, to be fair, I don't soak. Yeah, I don't soak. I
You
don't
take showers. You
I
don't
take
soak.
showers. That's exactly the joke I was
Okay.
gonna make. I wash
Yeah.
vigorously and no. I don't know. I don't know, man. I can't. Here's my question for you. Is soaking an official Mormon thing that they're like,
No.
okay, so that's just a kid thing.
I think, and I also don't know if it's a Mormon thing either. It could just be like religious kids everywhere trying to get away with it.
Soaking, according to the Mormon TikTok. That's where it came from.
The Mormon TikTok.
To Mormon TikTok.
Is it a? That could be a parody. That could be a parody.
The
There's no
information I
way.
have,
Send that.
the definition I have out of soaking is from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation.
Oh, okay. So this is like a TikTok thing that I got. That explains why I have anyone talking to it. But yeah, soaking's been a thing for a while. I remember like I think I got like a religious sex ed thing about it once in youth group about like don't do soaking. It's just the same as sex. But they were really more focusing on that. We don't want you to have babies, teenagers.
Don't do soaking, just fuck like a normal person. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I don't know. You have to remember where we grew up is a little different than I think in most of the places.
Yes, it
We
was.
grew up in like a little like isolated town that's like we're really tired of seniors having kids.
Yeah.
Here's some condom. We give up.
Yeah. Now, look, I really actually like Bethel. So,
Oh, we're gonna okay, yeah. I mean, it's good
there's
people.
a
Yeah,
Bethel church down the street.
I know.
Okay. Uh,
That's why I stopped protesting. You're doxing us. And then you're gonna look at all the Bethel churches with the name Bethel in their name, and they're gonna have like 200 spots they could look,
oh no.
and not the fact
Our
we're
whole
moving.
5 audience is going to do that. Oh no. No, like I of all the churches we grew up with, that was the best one where we grew up.
Yeah, I mean, it was the community churches are
It was a
usually
community church.
better.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh. What? What now? What now,
I
Chuckles?
broke I broke the rule. I looked at chat.
Okay.
Magic underwear.
I'm sorry. Can we get an explanation on what magic underwear is?
Yeah, according to Wikipedia, they're a temple garment, also referred as garments or garments of the holy priesthood, or Mormon underwear, is the type of underwear worn by adherents of the Latter Day Saint movement after they have taken part in endowment ceremony. Garments are required but for any individual who previously participated in the endowment ceremony to enter a temple. I don't know what the endowment ceremony is.
Okay.
I don't understand any of this.
Are
According to the LDS Church, the temple garments serve as a number of purposes. First, a garment provides the member of a constant reminder of the covenants that they made to the temple. Second, the garment, when properly worn, provides protection against temptations and evil.
Gotcha. It's counterspell. It's magic. Get it? Magic garments. It's counterspell. That's what it is.
Do you want me to send you a picture of what they look like?
Sure.
Yeah, hold on. I got this for you, bud. You're gonna love this. This is just random spam, so I can actually get to our DMs. That's what they look like.
Oh, what in the fuck? Look, just looks like Grandpa Long Johns.
All I know is it looks uncomfortable, and I
All I
don't know where
know
the
is what
magic
they're
is.
trying to do. Here's what they're trying to do. The Latter-day Saints are trying to say, them kids getting turned on by lacy underwear, let's give them something that looks hideous, and then they won't have sex. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay, sounds good.
I'm afraid to go down this rabbit hole anymore.
Well,
I did start it though.
yeah. Oh, Jesus. Not talk about Jesus for a minute? Let's talk
Yeah, sure,
about
man. What are you talking about?
Jesus.
Wait,
um, I, after offending all of our people, sorry. Um,
no.
but, I've been playing a really good game, Ghost of Tsushima. I what? I wanted to talk about it because it's no longer religious
Yeah,
or
go for it.
political.
No, I totally understand.
Yeah, that's all I have for you. It's a good game. You should play it.
Why is it a good game?
Fun.
I've broken you, haven't I? I'm so sorry.
I just
I didn't know this would break you so
want
much.
to go lie down.
I would go bed now.
I want to go bed.
Well, this is like literally me after the second episode of this podcast when you go, "Why did we lie, Bruce?" And like we go on a whole big thing about lying. I'm like, I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm tired. I don't want to go bed.
Why are we talking about trauma?
No, it's a good game. I really like the samurai culture type thing. You know, it was interesting studying during school, and you get to play as a samurai. You fight the Huns, well, the Mongols.
Sorry, hun. I mean, maybe we shouldn't do this podcast later because I'm more awake, and that's a bad thing.
No, I think it's more content
Yeah,
for
I
the
mean,
people.
I feel bad. I made you uncomfortable.
You make me uncomfortable. You want to keep talking about sex? Let's go,
No, I don't. I
baby.
don't know.
Come on, baby.
He's calling my bluff. Oh God.
Let's go,
No, it's let's
baby.
go, baby.
So, why don't you start?
Oh, okay. You want me to start by making a conversation right now?
I want you to start making this conversation specifically about sex because I'm so uncomfortable about it. I'm waiting.
Well, I've had this little infection on the tip of my junk for a while now,
No, no,
and
no. Call it what it is. The penis.
a penis.
Yeah.
I would like. Could you take a look at it?
Okay.
That'd be really helpful.
Put it in your webcam.
No, that's TOS, mother trucker. We're not doing
I
that
can blur it.
nonsense. I can blur it. I have to get up, and I'm just way too lazy to do that. Let's be honest.
Get up, and I'm just way too lazy.
I know. I know we
Uh,
are the two people who will follow a bit to the end of time, but making me sit up out of this chair, that's too much.
Oh Lord, Lord
To
Almighty.
make a segue of a video game that is a bridge, I've been playing The Binding of Isaac more. I started a new save,
Yeah,
and
didn't they do a re-release, or is it just getting traction again? What's going on?
it's getting traction again because they've been testing actual online play with it. So, like four
Oh.
people playing. They're adding apparently some more items. It sounds like with like four-player kind of stuff, and there'll be a new tag that I don't think has to do with Dead God, but it will be a new tag on sticking which will be a different color, which is multiplayer color. So
Hmm,
yeah.
interesting.
So I don't think it will affect all the achievements though. That would be awful. They might add a couple for it, but yeah, I'm thinking about one of the things I'm gonna do is probably try to get Dead God this year, which is 615 achievements in the Binding of Isaac, which includes picking up every item and using it.
Huh.
Yeah.
No, thanks.
It's a little easier because so once you get all the unlocks done in the game, the last unlock you get is called Death Certificate. And so if it's a tough item to get, but what you can do is you can do what's called Eden spam because he starts with 2 random items. You can just spam that character until you get Death Certificate. Use the Death Certificate. What it does, it lets you pick any item. It produces a floor with every item in the game that you have unlocked, and you just go walk and find the item, pick it up, and use it.
Gotcha. Interesting.
And also, you getting Eden's because of Eden's randomness. If you have a bunch of them, Eden's gonna spawn with like one of them, more than likely or not. So
Mm, hmm.
it's called Eden spam. That's how you get that done. But unlocking them, that's hard.
Yeah, I game was interesting. I never got into it.
It's got a weird factor to it, man. Like it's got like a weird gore. Like it's a top down game that's got actually like if you think about it too much, a really twisted story and
That's why I
from
didn't
a
get
very
into it.
twisted
Is
mind.
specifically the story.
Um, yeah, I mean it's a if you really think about it, I don't know if we talked about Isaac on this podcast. I talk about Isaac a lot. The story of Isaac is about a kid going insane in a locked chest.
Yeah.
He's locked in a chest and he's slowly suffocating.
Yep.
Um, you and you don't realize that until the end. So it starts out with a story of like a mom going insane, and like about like think like the she thinks God. She's listening to like it ties into the religion thing. She's listening to like public TV, like 1960s TV, and and in her head she's gotten schizophrenic, and someone's in her head telling her to kill her son.
Yeah.
And so that's the first part of the game. You go down, you go from and so as she comes to kill her son, Isaac looks under the floor mat and sees that there's a basement door, and he goes into the basement. And as you playing the game, you progress down the floors until your mother catches you. And the first time you beat the game, it ends there with you killing your mother. And by as she and then literally the narrator goes as she goes to strike the blow with her kitchen knife, a Bible falls from the ceiling, kills her. So that's the first playthrough, and then you go do it again, and you go to her heart, and that's a little weird. You're in it's called the womb, and then you kill the heart, and that's you actually killing your mother. People have said a lot of the times, and that's when a lot of the other characters of Isaac appear, like Maggie, Azazel, like a lot of biblical names like Cain, Cain, Eden,
Abel.
uh, uh. I think that's actually repentance out of that. Not Abel. I don't think there is any. I think Abel's one of the bosses. I'm not sure.
Oh, there's a
Um,
Cain, so I was wondering if they had an Abel.
yeah. There's Cain. There's Judas.
Judas,
And
why?
stuff like that. It's all different types of characters, but they all very much look like Isaac. And there's actually a scene that shows that's just Isaac wearing different makeup, basically. Um, so you do that. You after a couple rounds of beating, you go down 2 more floors. You beat mom. You actually have the opportunity. There's more, and you get like a couple achievements called "It's Even Worse." And then eventually you go upstairs, up or down. You can ascend to go fight yourself. You go fight Isaac, or you can descend to go fight Satan. And you do that enough, and then each of them end in a chest. You either end in the golden chest or the dark chest. And you fight Mega Sand or you fight Blue Baby. And the Blue Baby ending was considered the real ending for a long time because Blue Baby is you're fighting yourself again, but Blue Baby is you running out of oxygen because you're stuck in a sealed chest.
Yeah.
And then the end is you suffocate to death. And that was considered the real ending until Repentance for a very long time, where Ed added a different ending, which is um, much different. There are 2 more endings. One is called the Mother ending, where it's basically showing the abuse of Isaac being locked in a closet by his mother, and then there is the Dad ending, which is you ascend back up the floors. You fight 4 horsemen in their like final forms, and you fight the Beast, and it ends with huge spoilers for the Binding of Isaac. By the way, who cares? Most people don't play that game for the story. It ends with your dad talking to you and being like, "How about we write a different story? Not that one." And so it has the ending of like, because the whole story is like the story is like Isaac's dad left and all this stuff, and it's like Isaac going to his dad, he telling his dad,
Interesting.
which is a much better ending than just
Yeah.
suffocating in a chest. Like
Yeah, I
holy
don't like
shit.
the whole suffocating in chest thing.
It yeah, it doesn't look like it makes sense anyway because it's like talking about like a wooden treasure chest. Like I guess if there's like resined up, they are airtight supposedly, but the chest never really looked like that to me. Um, but like, uh, I really like the game just because it's so replayable and
Yeah.
frustrating and
There's
good
nothing
roguelike.
yeah. There's nothing wrong with, liking that game. It's just not my type of game. I just don't like the whole, like, blue baby thing and the whole
Poops and
oh, the poop's fine.
the
It's just the aspect of that, it's a kid dying,
yeah,
and it's just
and
not my game style.
I was really against that at first until I like kind of like got to know like so Ed McMillan is the game
Yeah.
director of it. I think is what he calls himself. He has programmers and stuff, but it's his game. He's the guy that made Super Meat Boy. He's
Yep.
like half the brains behind that. Uh, he says it's like a messed up version of his childhood, right?
Mm.
He had a very evangelical upbringing, but he was always the kid that was in the corner drawing the messed up pictures, like the ones like he even admits like the guy you're kind of was afraid that like he's gonna go like shoot up your
Yeah.
school,
Yeah.
but he's just like an emo kid, not really going to. Like he always drew messed up pictures, so it's like a really messed up interpretation of his life.
I
Is what
gotcha.
it is.
Oh,
Like his mother was never abusive, and he's okay with his mom, but like it's a really dark, twisted version. Um, and because his dad left at a young age and all this kind of stuff. So, that's why I kind of like it because it's just like a kid's messed up. Like if you're a kid and you were trying to cope with what weird stuff's happening around you, you might and you go to church every Sunday because you're forced to. You might turn these biblical stories into horror stories. You know?
that makes sense.
Yeah, because yeah, it's interesting because like there's always like it's interesting like that a lot. So when you go to the final and the ascending, you actually fight the team that like I forget what the boss is called, but it's basically like it has like an old preacher recording as you're fighting it about like having to come to Jesus and stuff. So like you're actually fighting the propaganda and the TV your mother was watching and stuff
Oh,
like
that's
that
kinda interesting. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
until you go and fight the beast and stuff. And I just love like I kind of like the twisted lore of it, I guess, because it's just like like the holy mantle. What do you think something like a holy mantle will do? Well, it will make it's an item that makes so every first hit you get in the room, you don't die, you don't get hit, you know.
Right. It's a free hit, basically.
Um, yeah, after you get a bunch of unlocks with Blue Baby, which is you playing as the suffocating Isaac, you unlock a new character called the Lost, which is if you take a hit with the Lost, you lose, you die. And then eventually you get one unlocked with the Lost, you get the Holy Mantle with the Lost start. So you can get a free hit in every room. It's cool thematically like that. It's like yeah, you're playing as a dead kid kind of thing because you have no heart. It's just I don't know. I just like it's a ramp up of story and a ramp up of difficulty at the same like aspect. Every time you unlock something, you get something cool, or you can get something that's truly awful that you never want to use, and you're just like, why did I unlock that?
Right.
So
Yeah, I mean, like, the whole like, I don't hate the game. I mean, I don't hate the game. It's just not my I guess game style is
I
a
get
good
it.
good, uh good, representation. I don't know. I don't know, man. The roguelite.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I also I want to play the Cult of the Lamb more, which is kind of another it's a bunch of cute like animal like kind of chibi looking things, except you're leading a cult and you sacrifice people and like you're trying to defeat like the current religion to beat the older become the old religion and stuff. It's just very
Nice.
cutesy, but like you think about it too much, you're like you're sacrificing people. That's weird.
We're just merkin. Just merkin
Yeah,
people.
they had the sin update, which everyone called the sex update, but it's not really just that. It's like you can now let your cult eat a person, and you'll lose faith, but they'll gain sin. You want that for things. So it's like that's funny. That's like
Ew.
it's adorable looking, but it's like all you see they all go and that's it. You don't actually
Yeah,
get to
yeah, yeah,
see
yeah,
anything.
yeah, yeah,
But it's like that's really fucked up if this
yeah.
wasn't a bunch of
Yeah,
cute looking like
yeah,
bipedal animals.
yeah. Imagine it on the Unreal Engine. Like, ugh,
Yeah, yeah.
fuck.
Very, very like another very much a very Isaac-y kind of roguelike, except it also has a colony builder in it.
Oh, interesting.
Because yeah, you have to manage your cult. You have to keep the faith up. You have to keep them fed. You have to, keep it clean. Otherwise, they're gonna start dissenting, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
And they gotta go in the. Then they gotta go to jail.
Then they have to go to jail.
I mean, you're running a cult.
Yeah. And
Yeah, they're dissenting. They go in the stockades.
is this cult stockades or is this like, hey, we've caught the cult leader. You're going 20 to
No,
life
it's
in
like
Leavenworth.
this guy doesn't believe anymore. He has to go to the stockades till he believes.
So, okay. Hold on. I have a conceptual question for you.
The stockades is the thing where you're
I
like
understand
trapped
what a
in. Yeah, yeah.
stockades is, but I have a
Oh, sure.
conceptual question for you.
Okay, yeah,
If
sure.
some person that was like, you don't believe in what I believe, and you're going to, I'm going to put you in
Mhm.
jail.
Well, I'm the cult leader. Of course, that makes sense.
Right. But
Mhm.
if I'm like, if you just sit in jail, if you just sit my ass in jail, I'm just going to sit there being like,
Oh, you gotta do sermons to him and stuff.
so you're brainwashing this individual.
I mean, we do it in
You're
American
pulling
prisons all
the
the time.
wool over their eyes, as it was.
You are a giant sheep. I mean, you're our sheep, so
Ah, see? More to it. You don't just put them in
I'm so
stockades.
so shocked you didn't grab that little. We do it in American prisons all the time.
We do.
You didn't see that little one slide in there.
No, I didn't. I did not. Oh, Lord.
On that disappointment.
You waterboard them at least?
No, no, they're just the stockade. You have a book out.
So
You're
it's
reading it
not
to them, and
Guantanamo Bay.
no.
Dang it.
It's interesting because you can play it several ways, right? So you can actually make it so every time someone dies, they lose faith, right? But you can have a funeral for them, and the faith comes back a little bit. But you can actually make it so if people die of natural causes, they gain faith, or you can make it if they die of natural causes, you lose more faith. And so thus then it plays the every time someone gets old, you sacrifice them to a god, or you murder them, or you can't have anyone die of natural causes. And that what that makes it so when someone dies, you don't lose faith. As long as it's not of natural causes.
So you're purposely murdering your people,
Well, it's they get old.
right?
Yeah.
Does your cult allow sex?
Oh yeah, you're gonna have babies. Yeah, that's the new
I was going to
update
say,
to
how
that.
do you repopulate your cult? Are you stealing people?
So
Are you?
that's the roguelite part of it, right? You're going out there and you're venturing into the other bad cults are basically killing everyone. You find survivors, stuff like that, and you bring them back.
Isn't your cult also killing people? Like,
I mean, yeah, yeah.
don't try and put this as like you're this higher than mighty
They're the
savior
bad
of the
guys.
land. They're the bad guys, dude. Yeah, you know what you just did? They've got oil, so we've got to go liberate them. And I'm proud to be an American.
I think that's the whole point of the game. Honestly, like it's very much it's very much to show irony like that a bit.
I mean, hey, you know what? At least the game knows what it is.
Oh yeah, it's a great game. You can play it sometime.
You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll look into that.
It's got great Twitch integration. It's a great stream game because you can literally, if you integrate with Twitch, your viewers can raffle to be join the cult.
All right, I like that.
And then there's also there's a little bit of arachnophobia, but it's very cutesy arachnophobia.
Yeah.
So also there's like an old spider guy that sells you people.
Slavery. All right, cool.
Well, there. I mean, if you don't buy him, he's just gonna eat him for a snack.
It's not just slavery, but with like more steps in it.
A little bit.
All right, on that bombshell, get the fuck out of here. Thank you to our
What
three.
is the
Thank you to our three Patreon.
soon to be two?
Soon to be two. I'm sorry, Keith. I did not mean to.
You think he's still watching this?
No, I hope not. I hope not. I like your
I hope he
dad.
is.
I like your dad
Oh,
a
he's a good
lot.
guy.
Yeah, I like your dad a
He's one
lot.
of the good ones.
He is one of the good ones. He's one of the best ones. Thank you, Schism and Snoops as
Every
well.
episode we do,
Yeah.
every episode we do makes him coming onto the podcast a little bit more interesting.
Uh, yep. Yep. That'll be an
Yep.
interesting day. All right, everybody.
Yep.
Thank you for watching. As always, unsubscribe, please. Uh,
We don't have to be right, Jodo. They can't unsubscribe. Subscribe.
You can't
Click the
cancel
button.
what's already canceled.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell in the streets. Make grandma sign up. I don't give a shit. You don't, the cult will come for you. All right, goodbye, everybody. Oh.